For 15 months, there have been questions about who ordered what assets to assist the rescue and why they were so slow in arriving. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin examines the 450 pages of newly declassified congressional testimony by commanders who led the rescue efforts.
The transcripts provide new insight into the military decision-making during the Benghazi attack. In particular, for the first time, General Carter Ham, then head of AFRICOM, who led the U.S. military response, explains in sworn testimony what he had available to him and debunks widespread speculation that he was removed from overseeing the military operation because he wanted to do more militarily that night than he was allowed to by his superiors or the White House. Chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, Buck McKeon, did the questioning. Quote, "I heard that you had made the statement that you were prepared to go to their aid and somebody told you no and you said we are going anyway. Is that all some supposition that comes from some reporter?" Ham replies, "Yes, sir. No one ever told me no." The commander went on to present a picture of a woefully ill-postured military force whose assets were not in position to launch a timely response or rescue, not just in Benghazi, but also across Africa and the Middle East. No attack aircraft were placed on high alert on September 11th. Fighter jets were unarmed and air refuelers were 10 hours away in Great Britain.
They did what they could with what they had. The bottom line here is they didn't have what they needed to respond.
U.S. AFRICOM commanders were aware of a deteriorating security situation in Libya and offered a detachment of Marines to the Libyan embassy following a visit to Libya in December 2011 by then Defense Secretary Leon Panetta. The offer was rejected by the State Department, and there were no Marines in Libya on the night of the attack. Ham pushed back against repeated suggestions by committee members and some military analysts that sending an F-16 to fly over Benghazi on the night of the attack would have made any difference. Quote, "The intelligence I had at the time caused me to conclude in my military judgment that attack aircraft would not be the appropriate response tool, and so I did not direct a heightened alert." Congressman Jason Chaffetz scolded Ham for not sending the C-17 rescue plane from Germany for the wounded until 2:15 p.m. the next day. The decision to rely on Libyan transport planes forced survivors accompanying Ambassador Stevens' body to wait an additional 3 hours in Benghazi. Not everyone could fit on the first flight out, and Libyan planes were barred from flying at night. Author Linda Robinson says special operations hands were tied when Ambassador Stevens decided not to base more uniformed military personnel in Libya.
Even our most specialized and elite warriors simply can't sprout wings and fly at supersonic speed. So there have to be provisions made in advance to respond to crises.
Perhaps the most vexing question for committee members was the decision to make the fast team of Marines sent as a quick reaction force from Spain to deplane and change out of their uniforms, delaying their response time by more than an hour.
Despite being ill-positioned and unprepared, the White House gave assurances to the contrary on the eve of the attack, claiming then Deputy National Security Advisor John Brennan and the White House had spent months reviewing U.S. military posture before the attack. My colleague James Rosen will have more on that tomorrow. Brett?
Jennifer Griffin live at the Pentagon tonight. Jennifer, thank you. You can go to the FoxNews.com homepage for more details on both Jennifer and James' Benghazi stories.